Hey there, I hope you're doing well. My name is Adam and today we're going to look at some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy Reddit stories, consider liking, subscribing, and maybe hitting that notification bell too. Let's get started with today's first story. Much love, everyone. Today's first story comes from Fiancée plans honeymoon. I find messages mocking me to affair partner tomorrow. I'm breaking off my engagement. Last week, I, 26 male, found out that my fiancé, 25 female, cheated with her boss, 43 male. I also know he's married and has 3 kids. This happened last November on a work trip while out of town, and they hooked up 3 times. I found out because her boss's wife reached out to me on Facebook. She shared screenshots of texts and emails between them. Those messages were detailed and graphic, discussing how they cheated on both of us and even joked about it. In the same texts, she tells the neighbor she loves me and pleads to keep it all a secret. The boss's wife, who seemed very sweet when I met her at company functions before, is understandably enraged and heartbroken and is having him served with divorce papers. Tomorrow, she's also going to drop a friendly email to their HR department. So I'm sitting here on my phone typing this while my fiancé is across from me on a sofa, on a computer, planning a honeymoon trip for a wedding that will never take place. It's heartbreaking to see her so oblivious to what's about to happen. I'm feeling a lot of things, but sympathy isn't one of them. My world crumbled last week, and every time I revisit those texts and emails, it's like someone's twisting a knife in my heart. It's a painful reminder of the betrayal and the impending end of our relationship. 3 years down the drain, though I'm just thankful I found out before we got married. I guess there's that to be thankful for. She has no idea, but I took a vacation day tomorrow, and after she leaves for work, I'm going to go around my place, collect all her stuff, box it up, and have it sitting by the door. Dealing with the aftermath is tough. I've got to figure out if I can get any of the money back that I already spent on the wedding, which was supposed to be in October. Obviously, that's not happening anymore. When she comes home, I'm going to ask her to leave my apartment and my life. The temptation to post all those screenshots on her Facebook page is strong, but my sister talked me out of it. I also debated calling her parents. I feel bad for them as they are such great people. I'm going to miss her family. They've accepted me as one of their own, and I don't know what they're going to say, but I've decided that she can explain herself to them. I don't want to hear her excuses or her lies right now. All I really want is for her to leave so I can sort out what's next for me. I'm getting ready to hear some advice before I check for new info. I'm really curious and interested in what's going to happen next. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Yes, we're all curious and want to know what's happening, Toby. Oh, and before you update us, maybe ask the boss's wife not to talk to HR until the divorce is completely done. That could make things even more complicated. If he loses his job, he could try to go after her for alimony, and she does not want that. I would honestly send a quick text to her family, letting them know why you are calling off the engagement. This way, she can't turn it around on you and try to make you out to be the bad guy. Best of luck. Opie, keep us posted. Opie needs to hear this advice. It is golden. If they reach out, tell the parents. If they ask for proof, deliver it, mainly so she doesn't spin it into a whole web of lies saying it was a misunderstanding. Yes, it's petty, but if the truth doesn't come out, she might make you seem to be a Hall of Fame fiancé who broke up due to a misunderstanding. I am thinking I'm going to have to show her parents what I have because when she shows up at their house and tells them I broke up with her, they are going to be shocked. I would call them after you get her to leave and let them know what happened. How do you have proof of their interest? By the time she gets to their house or calls them, they already know his story. Also, be careful when having her leave your apartment. When people feel backed in a corner, they do some crazy things. If you can have someone there with you who can serve as a witness in the event things take a turn for the worst, ultimately protect your peace, King. Now for the first update. Wow. I cannot believe the response this post has gotten. I can safely say the bomb has dropped. Around 8 or so, my phone started going nuts with calls from her, with voicemails after each call. I knew right away what was going on, so I immediately called my sister to tell her that it was happening. She said she'd be with me if I needed her, so she's coming over to help out. Then I had a really hard talk on the phone with my ex's mom. It's crazy to think I even have an ex now, but that conversation was tough because this lady hasn't done anything to deserve the hurt I could hear in her voice. Her whole family has been nothing but accepting to me since day one. As calmly as I could, I explained the situation to her mother and told her that I can't find it in myself to forgive this and that I'm going to be asking her to move out. Although she was very upset, her mother seemed to understand why I feel this way. She offered as well to come to my place and help my ex get her things. I think this is a pretty good idea. Then I texted a few of my closest friends about the situation. I've been gang-bombed with texts from them since, but I've said as soon as I can, I will talk to them, but right now, I am completely overwhelmed. I heard a voicemail from my ex just like I thought it would be lots of tears and asking for a talk. I tried calling back but no answer then, as I started texting her, she suddenly called saying sorry and asking why I reached out to her mom and involved others. It's a mix of emotions and tough questions in the conversation, so I lost it and asked how she thinks I feel having to go get tested for STDs, because my fiancé cheated on me. Do you know how embarrassing that is? So at least she didn't deny what she did? I told her she needs to come this afternoon and get her stuff out of my place and that we are finished. Shazad will talk more later, but I cut her off and said there's not a whole lot to talk about, is there? I also asked her how she and this guy could talk crap about me and his wife, like they made fun of her for gaining weight after having 3 kids. This poor woman didn't deserve this. I don't deserve this. It seems, like I mentioned to her, not to claim she felt pressured because the guy is her boss. Her messages actually show she was fully involved. Today she has a meeting with her boss at work and everyone's talking about their situation. I can't find any sympathy for either of them now. I'm already emotionally drained. It is not even 10 a.m. where I'm at, so once she's done with her HR meeting, I guess she's going to come here and get her stuff. I'm hoping it goes without much drama. My sister should be here, and I hope her mom comes with her. My landlord also says she'll be around and she's also going to have my locks changed, hopefully either this afternoon or tomorrow. I know this is like a long babbling post, but I was trying to remember a lot of things I said, and my mind is raving right now. Sorry this is happening to you, but you are dealing with this trauma like a boss, long road ahead of you, but you have got this, dude. It's crucial to prioritize yourself right now. Saying you're dealing with it like a boss might not be the best approach. I can relate to the pain of calling off an engagement like Obi's experience, initially hurtful, but in the end it was the right decision. As for why you involved others, sometimes it's surprising how someone can cheat and betray their partner and then wonder why their complete betrayal wasn't kept a secret. You know, after we hung up it dawned on me that she involved someone else in our relationship. Not me. I wish I had thought of that while still speaking to her. I am so sorry you're experiencing this, but you hit the nail on the head. If she brings it up again, smack her with the fact. Best of luck to you. Thank you for your kind words. If only we were closer, I'd be there to offer support and ensure a level-headed approach to all this. You're showing remarkable strength through this turmoil, handling everything perfectly so far. Stay strong and let your emotions out. Once she's gone, it's crucial to release those feelings. Otherwise, they can really take a toll on your well-being. Don't internalize them. Feel them either alone or with those you feel comfortable with, like your sister or friends. Just don't give the ex Anna satisfaction she deserves. None. Once they're out, work on being a better you. Hit the gym, read up on something that'll advance your career or just make you a better person. Spend time with your friends. Whatever your thing is, do it. Pamper yourself in the coming days and weeks. You'll need it to start healing. All the best to you, bro. Second update. Well, she's gone. She did show up with her mom and her best friend in tow, and my sister was there, no screaming, no yelling. She asked if I could just speak to her alone, and I told her that wouldn't be a good idea. I said everything she needed to say. She sat at dinner text messages with her boyfriend. Of course, the tears started and her mom said that they'd make this as quick as possible, so she and her friend went and got some of her stuff and off for a day or two while she was gone. Her mom is also going through a tough time. Dealing with all of this, asking about the ring must have been a significant moment. It's a reminder of the commitments made and the meaning behind it all, and it's natural to want clarity on its significance. In this scenario, her friend opened her mouth like she was going to say something, and a shock or a look, and she immediately shut her mouth. I wouldn't take any bets in Vegas that her friend didn't know what she did this whole time. She covered her hand like she wasn't going to give me the ring. Then her mom said, "Give him the goddamn ring." So she gave the ring to her mom, who then passed it to me. She kept apologizing, but I didn't even want to touch it. I just put it on the table, not wanting to see it. She's planning to pick up the rest of her stuff with her dad tomorrow. My sister thinks I might feel like pulling my hair out dealing with this, her words, not mine, but right now, I'm so beaten down by all this. I just want to lay down and sleep. She has some nerve to try to keep the ring, because that makes it real. She could pretend that it was just a bump in the road as long as she had the ring, because if he really wanted to break up, he'd take it back, and he really wanted to break up. So, he took it back. The number of people that cheat and then are shocked their significant other breaks up with them is always surprising to me. My ex-wife got but hurt because I called her garbage after I found out she cheated on me. Some people don't have any shame. It seems as someone who went through breaking off an engagement from a cheating partner just 2 weeks before the wedding, I found that it really hurt a lot in the beginning, but eventually, it all turned out for the better. Honestly, I thought of being involved with the boss's wife. My brother even shared the same sentiment. I don't have updates on what's happening at the boss's home, but I can imagine it's not a pleasant situation there. I do feel sorry for the kids. Though speaking of past experiences, I did something a bit extreme to get back at a cheating ex, plus updates original post. So recently, I found out that my ex had a flirtatious relationship at work with one of her managers at a restaurant. She works at this involved dirty talking, while on shift, compliments and photo sharing and plans to hang out. I found out and told her not to text the other guy again and blocked him. It's hard to find out something like this. I got a gut feeling and checked her phone again. It didn't even take a whole day for her to message that person back, continuing their secret talk. The worst part was she was laughing about getting caught and made it seem like a joke. She said cheat him again when we're over. It felt like she didn't take our relationship seriously, like I was just a toy to her. It's a real punch in the gut feeling, emasculated, embarrassed, and surprised she could ever talk about me like this to another man. I posted her incriminating screenshots to her social media feeds, Instagram, and Snapchat stories. Since I had access to the accounts and sent those screenshots to the guy she was cheating on me with at her boss at work, since she was doing it with another manager at a restaurant. I also sent them to her mother as she was texting this guy. The whole week I was helping her mother move to her new home. The guy responded immediately, and her boss and mother have yet to respond. She later called me back to apologize about the ordeal, but the damage was already done. I broke the news to her about what I did and to screw her. I think I went overboard, as this is something I'd never done. Take revenge on someone by screwing them over. Now for the top comments before reading the updates. While you didn't release 2 pictures, so you're in the clear with that one, I've heard a saying once. It went something like, if something can be destroyed by the truth, edit, it wasn't meant to be. If she didn't do anything wrong and you went overboard, she wouldn't be ashamed. Yep, I think this falls in the don't do anything you wouldn't want printed in a newspaper category while we're taking grandma's advice. Don't get tattooed anywhere. A judge can see and spend extra money on 2 things that go between you and the ground, such as shoes, tires, and your mattress. This is mild compared to some other Stories. I've heard, but I can be pretty petty when it comes to cheaters. Honestly, I don't think you've been too harsh on her. I really hope she loses her job, and if any of those guys she's involved with are married or in relationships, they should get caught too. Maybe send them screenshots as well. My ex used to work as a waitress at a swanky restaurant in downtown San Diego. Everyone was banging everyone. I think it's pretty common in the restaurant industry. Her coworker told me she was banging one of the servers. I confronted her. She didn't bother with the denials or even downplay it. She said that after work, they all would go downstairs to another bar and unwind and get tipsy, and things just happened. That was 5 years of wasted time. It really did a number on my self-esteem for a minute. Fortunately, I met the love of my life 2 months later, and now we've been married 25 years with no cheating. There is life and love after this. Be encouraged. And that's her mother, as well as I, helped her mother move her new house, all the while she was texting this guy. I wouldn't exactly say you went overboard, sure it was a lot, but most people would just move on without taking these actions. Totally understandable, given the betrayal and manipulation you faced. Whatever consequences she faces, she's earned them. On another note, there's been an update. I noticed her boss checked out the message I sent regarding my ex cheating while on a job with another restaurant manager. The boss hasn't replied yet, but she definitely knows now. Time will tell if she'll continue to be working. Update 2. Apparently, she still has her job at the restaurant, and she's doing damage control from the social media posts. Update 3, she replied back to me, letting me know the developments about I posted learning before and that only a person like me would care to see that happen. The conversation turned into a really ugly name-calling match. The damage has already been done. I'm being spiteful and I'm done talking with her. I'm going to desperately seek therapy and work on myself for the better. I didn't expect this to blow up, but I appreciate the advice all around. She never wanted me to serve it at all. Update 4, I contacted the owner and showed him pictures of what happened. He'll eagerly set an account involved for situations that happened outside a restaurant when the screenshots clearly show her and a manager flirting during the workday on the hour. I don't think he really wants to get involved. We live in an at-will employment state, meaning the employer can fire you for any reason other than an illegal one. She managed to keep her job, which is awkward for her and everyone involved, but it'll surely be uncomfortable in the workplace after all this. One last update, the guy who cheated on me happens to be a single dad co-parenting with another woman. I found out who she was and shared all the screenshots with her. It sounds like she witnessed them exchanging messages over a year ago, and she asked him to stop communicating with this other person because she didn't appreciate him socializing with someone who disapproved of the mother of their child. My ex-girlfriend knew this person and behaved rudely toward her. They're no longer in a relationship, so she wasn't certain about the exaggeration of their connection. However, she knew they texted each other a lot, to no surprise. Their relationship also ended because he was cheating on her at the same restaurant with another woman that worked there while their son was extremely young. For all the talk about how my ex-girlfriend didn't want to be a single mother and how she despised her father for cheating on her mother while she was pregnant, she sure loved playing the role of the other woman. I'm going to turn this one over to you. What do you make of this situation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, support, and time mean the world to me. So, thank you so much for being part of this. I really appreciate your time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.